Money was good, man. So pretty much I'm gonna just give you my overall analysis on this sell I took on GJ. Pretty much at about 149, give or take. 149. So pretty much I'm gonna just break down pretty much how I got short up here at these highs. So you go on the daily, you can kind of pretty much see this exhaustion zone. I locked it. Kind of I locked it. Pretty much coming from this little area of resistance right here. I actually just fix this up really quick. Lock it back. So the area of resistance comes in right around about here. That's also an area of weekly resistance. So we go to weekly. You can definitely see this area. To clear it up a little bit. We got some bounce there. Even if we go to the daily, you can definitely see that area of opportunity. I'll keep on line chart. You can honestly see structure on the line. Pretty much a candlestick chart once you understand price. So price found support here, found support there, found support there, resistance, support, false breakout, clear resistance level here. And then price is also on a downtrend on a weekly. So I'm going to tell you to just look at your structure, pretty much like your direction on a weekly time frame, just so you get an overall bias of the market. I try to stay on a weekly and then clear it up on a daily. But more or less, you want to get your direction of the market on a weekly. So price playing a higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, again, lower high, lower low, retest, lower low, lower high, projected lower high. Price is clearly in a downtrend. No doubt about that. No doubt about it. Again, no doubt about it. This pair is just pretty much trending down. So you want to be, again, a seller. First step one is automatically getting the bias. So as of right now, I see GJ as in a selling opportunity. It's a seller's market. Next thing you want to do is once you have a bias, you drop down to the daily. And that's funny. I actually drew a trend line from there, so it actually is a trend line situation that I didn't even notice. So again, we have this bearish trend line coming in around about there at this exhaustion zone, coming in here at this level of resistance on the weekly. I'm gonna go back so you can kind of see it. That is where you have your level of resistance, this black line right here. And you can also grab a Fibonacci from swing high to swing low. And you can see that 61.8 comes in right about, price found resistance, which is pretty much good. And if we can kind of drag this high, we get 50 and a 61.8. All we needed was one major, one minor. One major, and it doesn't matter as long as we have two fibs. So we did get a minor level fib in that area as well. Drop down to the daily. Zoom in on some of these candles. We had an engulfing candle out of this area of pretty much sellers momentum. Then we got a retrace, and then we got pretty much a little fall down, and then we got another retrace, which gave us a triple top on a 4-hour time frame. As you can pretty much clearly see, price pushed up, came all the way down, pushed back down. Then we got a retrace. Price kind of consolidated in this area, and eventually we ended up falling to the downside out off of this level of resistance. Again, my sales were pretty much at these highs here. Targets, I'm shooting for targets at, it's going to be 3 levels. So target 1 would be essentially here at the 382 for 300 pips. Again, this is GJ. GJ is a monster. So honestly, we could get that filled in about, give or take, a couple days. give or take, depending on how long it takes to push out of this resist off of this resistance level. But again, this pair has potential to move a large amount. So here will be target 2 at 143.6, and then target 4 will be at here. I'm sorry, target 1 at the 382, target 2 at the 50, target 3 at the 61.8. And that's pretty much how I'm gonna pretty much break this pair down. This is again for I want to say for target 1, 300 pips, target 2 for 400 pips, and then target 3 for 538 pips. So again, this pair has potential to move, so we're going to just pretty much track this out and pretty much see how this pair plays out throughout the week. But again, this was your setup right here. Again, I'm going to run through it one more time. We had a bearish trend line. Price was definitely in a downtrend. We just had a nice steep retracement at weekly, daily structure, at an exhaustion zone, at a Fibonacci level. And then we got that engulfing pattern. You can see that daily engulfing to bearish engulfing to the downside, which indicated that there were sellers at or around this price point. You got in on a retracement. So once price gave you a breakdown, damn, so price pretty much started to break down here. So price found, support. Price found support here. And then we get a break of structure to the downside. Then your retrace, your entries were somewhere at or about this price point. Stops go above structure. If you want to do previous structure, you could have did here or at around 150. I'll just say 150 flat. That's so you get it above these highs too. But you were all over this. Your entries were somewhere right here. I actually got in here because again, this is where I pretty much seen price when it was up there. So again, I'm gonna keep you updated on how this pair plays out throughout the week.